Merry Christmas. This is not a video that I thought I would get to make. I thought that I would put together the year of the clique, the last 2 years of the clique, and then it'd be done. But I found my old journal that had my notes in it, so I didn't have to reread the books. And that also means you don't have to re-watch my old videos on this subject. You can just... So what you need to know is that the clique was original. Oh, it's not as apparent for you. The clique was a best-selling. And author Lacey Harrelson, the books are winding down and they're like, what do next? And I don't know. I have the assumption, I have theories about what I think happened, but all I can say for sure is that 4 books were released in this series following 3 girls at an elite girl of the future, futuristic high school where the most alpha of every group, of every girl group subject matter, it was invited to this school. So like think Danganronpa, the like first 2 games of teen girlhood. And at first they're just there to like go to school and show their proclivity for alphaness. They're gonna go to school there and get an education and then become the heir to this like eccentric billionaire Oprah, Michelle Obama type billionaire, but somehow the end is so far from that. I actually don't think that's the last book. I think, yeah, this is the last book actually. You can tell that critiques from the Clique series were taken. It's not bad in theory. However, and there are 4 of them, these all could have been 2 books. They are not good. They're frustrating. It's so something. It's so nothing. It's like 3 books of like building something, but their plot lines dropped constant. This last book is a whole other fever dream bottle episode bullshit. Like she just had to finish the series so that she could get paid, but you know I'm going to do that. Lacey Harrelson also writes the novelization for the Monster High books, which means that my interests overlap here. I will not be covering those anytime soon. I don't wanna. If you pay me, you can make me. But right now, we're gonna start off with book 1. And I'm gonna read the back of these just so that they're kind of like my clique videos. Like, it won't be as in-depth. Again, check out those original videos. They're not bad, but I'm better now. Thousands applied. 100 got in. Only 1 will win. Eccentric billionaire Shira Brazil founded the super exclusive Alpha Academy on exotic Alpha Island to nurture the next generation of exceptional dancers, writers, musicians, and inventors. It's a dream come true for 100 lucky girls, but those not measuring up will be sent home at any time for any reason. The one left standing will win worldwide fame. Who will it be? Sky Hamilton. Known for her dance moves and ability to make super fast connections with boys, Sky plans on taking the Alphas by storm and lip-kissing all 5 of Shira's super hot sons. Allie A. Abbott is one little initial away from superstardom, so when Allie J. Abbott's invitation to Alpha Academy arrives on her doorstep, she does what any crafty girl would do. Commits identity theft. Can she keep up the charade? Charlie Deary. Beta for life, Charlie is offered a last-minute place at the Alpha Academy, but there's an admission condition: dumping her boyfriend, Shira's son. It's hard to claw her way up when 99 girls are waiting to sink their claws into her super hot ex. If at first you don't succeed, you're not an alpha. Okay, so what you might be noticing is that 3 main characters, so we don't have the what's Kirsten and Dylan doing problem of the Clique books. We still have the problem of characters blipping in and out of existence. And it seems like characters were set up, and then because of changes to the series, we have them just disappear or get cut for seemingly no reason. For reasons that became clear upon my third reading as I was writing this down, I realized that these are the worst characters. They, like, everyone but Charlie. If being a beta means, like, having respect for your friends and, like, being kind to people who, you know, you may not know their intentions, makes me a beta, then I'd rather be a beta, because Allie and Sky are the worst. And it's because they're all the Massey. There is no Claire. There is no Alicia type beta. It's all Masseys. A sea of Masseys just being the worst. Psychological terror. And they're 14, so they're at peak the worst. Sky is our feeding character that connects it to, like, the pseudo real world. So that will feed into our final discussion about what I think would happen what I think happens in the future. Do I want this show? Maybe this will go at the end. Would I have wanted this to be a teen drama in the same way I think that, like, The Click would be a really good teen drama? No. This is a fun idea that needs to be fully rehauled. It just doesn't. The way it is written, this is not satisfying. And this actually, proof of my devotion to, like, reading these, because they're bad. They're so bad. We're all allowed to, you know, be vulnerable. I can't spell. Added too many A's to Alpha. As we exit the Lacey Harrelson cinematic universe for the time being, let's not talk about the Alphas. Alright, so She-Ra, Elon Musk, Girl Boss Island, in the middle of the Mojave Desert is where this, like, scientific island, this high-tech island built by the world's smartest minds that include the child Charlie. Charlie is the daughter of She-Ra's assistant and boyfriend to She-Ra's middle son Darwin. She-Ra is Australian. She is also maybe one of the smartest people on the planet, and yet the only thing she lacks is female friendship. So all of this operates tangential to the plot of the Click book. All of the most talented alphas of these groups of girls, 100 girls, pop stars, dancers, actors, poets, songwriters, all types of talented. Rainbow High, Jesus. Girls get a letter of acceptance to Hogwarts for hot girls. Sky Hamilton, 14, from the Click series, is a top-tier dancer. Daughter of a ballerina. Like, when Alicia's like, yeah, I'm never gonna top Sky, she's never going to top Sky because Sky is a dancing savant. She is our one true alpha of this group. Everyone else is a fake, phony, or a buy-in. Allie A. Abbott. So imagine you share a name with a folk singer, a folk pop singer. Lord meets Greta Thunberg. Your middle initial is different. Allie A. receives Allie J's invitation to Alpha Island. Plot ensues. Charlie Deary is the daughter of the assistant to She-Ra Brazil. She's dating She-Ra's son Darwin. She's so smart. She's so confident. She's so top. But she doesn't get onto the island because She-Ra doesn't like her. She-Ra doesn't like anyone dating her son. Except for unless she picks them. She just doesn't like it when her sons have choices. I don't know, maybe she doesn't trust the men in her life to make good decisions. There's a lot of tragic backstory shared in here, like She-Ra and Charlie's mom were, like, friends, and they, like, comforted each other. Charlie's dad died in like the British Iraq war, involvement in the Iraq war, and was shot down in a plane. Like it's, and she still treats this girl like crap. She has a lot of money. Oprah, housewife, Elon, girl boss, Hillary Clinton of Australia, lots of money, and is looking to make more of it. She's a 2000s girl's girl, so she wants to pass on her girl boss grind set to the most honorable alpha, and is going to pick from these 100 girls. These girls will be sent home in batches. Honestly, they never really make that clear how the girls are going to be sent home, so when they start going home, it's just like jump scare. Oh my god. Shira has like 4 sons and a dead husband. She's cold and heartless and just a misogynist. Like, we don't really get to meet Shira to understand her. She's simply this like omnipotent evil force that we just kind of have to contend with, pitting the girls against each other. And then the 4th book happens and bleh. Allie is a bitch, a germaphobe, and a culture vulture. Culture vulture positive. She loves pop culture. She sucks it in. She tasty snack. Hey baby hand. She is me without, but with like 3% more white privilege. She's just like, I'm just so hot. Why do bad things happen to me? Why do I have to have a talent when I know about all these other talented people? And I'm pretty. She's blonde with blue eyes and like a light dusting of freckles. I mean, it's 2010. Give that girl a Nobel Peace Prize. Charlie is the inventor of the group and has been working behind the scenes at the island. And she wants to go to the school. She'd have to leave Darwin. Either way, she can either leave the island and hope that Darwin will stay true to her, or she can stay on the island and be broken up with him. And I think she chooses right. I just think she chooses right for the wrong man. She picks to stay on the island and breaking up with Darwin, but Darwin can't see that maybe there's something more to it and a reason why she would break up with him. So he just immediately starts trying to lip kiss the next closest blonde girl, Allie. And because he thinks Allie is his favorite pop star. He is the worst. I really don't like him as a character. He's just like, why did you break up with me? And then like book 2, she explains why she broke up with him, and he's like, you should have stood up to my mom. You're mad at me? Because an adult woman told me I had to break up with my boyfriend if I wanted to go to this elite school? What? The world building in this book is very deep and dated. I can't really get into it too much here, but we end up with leucinite pearl colored things. Clear plastic. It's pink. It's shimmery. It's metallic. A highlight of 2010. It's like the girly version of indie sleaze, where instead of the dark blacks and grays, it's almost still Y2K inspired, but it's a little more like 2010. It's he kind of, I can see it in my mind's eye. Point thing that you need to know, put a pin in it. The school gives the girls their own phones, their own technology to communicate with each other and around campus. How dare you? We are supposed to be following these girls for, a school semester. We do not. The Femme Future. The girls stay in rooms named after notable notable feminist women. There's like houses like the Hillary Clinton, the Queen Elizabeth, and our main characters stay in Jackie O. Let's meet the last Jackie O. Andrea, Triple, coded black, never confirmed, is nicknamed Triple because she is a triple threat model, dancer, actress. Renee, an actress with pink hair. You don't need to know anything else about Renee. She's kind of annoying because they're all kind of annoying because they're all massy blocks, all trying to massy block at each other. It's Let's talk about She-Ra's sons. Darwin, Charlie's ex, he's artsy. He's 14. Chaz, Sky's paramour in Serial Kisser, is 13. Dingo, twin of Taz, is prankster, also 13. Melbourne, model, hottie, 16. Sydney, the smart one, 15. I'm telling you, Sydney and Dingo have next to nothing to do in the plot, and Taz might as well be a paper cutout that says boy. We will get into Mel, and I've already slandered Darwin, but these are not good characters. Let's talk about the uniform. Champagne colored blouses, silver ties, pleated silver skirts, and clear gladiator shoes. You know that those bitches were covered in blisters. They were covered. I love me a clear thing. Like, I love my clear case. But like this, it's all clear and shit. Nothing feels more 2000. I lived through the old magic. Don't cite it to me. The Jackie O's really do not like each other. And Darwin, side quest, Darwin really likes Allie J's music. He thinks she's so deep. And so, you know, who will save you? Jewel, very Lord. Pre-solar power. I'm actually like a pretty solar power. The single apologist. I think some of you need to take your SSRI and like let go of 2014. It's okay. So Darwin hits it off with Allie A, thinking it's Allie J. Like, and Allie J, we will meet. I don't really describe her. It's not really important. But she's kind of scuzzy. She's like very, you know, I think it's very interesting that the enemy is inherently someone who cares about the environment so much that like she's just immediately the enemy. So like she's not clean. She, you know, she doesn't take showers all the time. She rubs herself in potpourri and things. And it's just like stinky hippie. Whereas Allie is just cosplaying as a stinky hippie. So she has to draw on her makeup and not wear shoes. Allie J wears like a face full of like gothic white. And has dark black box dyed hair. So Allie A has to dress. And Darwin's still into her, which I think says something about his taste. Charlie is sure that She-Ra put Allie and her in the same dorm to punish Charlie, because this bitch is evil. She-Ra says, don't date my sons. The Jackie O's, they literally go to a meeting. She-Ra's like, don't date my sons. The Jackie O's literally are hacking into the cell phone system somehow to make it so that they can already... Come on, accessibility, so that they can text the boys. Megan, this entire series is that guy. You have it saved in your TikTok. That every good girl, every good person in the world is a girl. And every good person is a girl. Yeah, that one. That's what this is. We have some girls flirting with the boys for a while. The Jackie O's proceed to prank Charlie. Meanwhile, She-Ra asks Charlie to spy on the other girls, but Charlie refuses. The other girls treat Charlie like garbage, and yet she refuses to sell them out. Okay, so Allie A and Allie J are not alike. Allie is this sweet suburbanite, very cute blonde. Allie J is this black box-styled, pale gothic face with a huge mole that Allie has to get dressed as her every day before classes. Note, Allie doesn't have a talent. She's not a songwriter. She's not a musician or anything. So she's literally acting as her. She's failing at it when she actually has to do it, but she's trying. You know that kid with the Elvis? She's doing that. all day. Cosplaying as Allie J songwriter, and she is failing loudly. Villain origin story. Why can't the girl bosses just be friends? Allie A calls Charlie a big liar, like she isn't committing identity fraud when she finds out that Charlie is Darwin's ex. She claims that she is a spy. Charlie lays down and takes the beating because she can't deny it, because she does have connections with She-Ra, but she's not using them, and She-Ra doesn't even like her that much. So it's just like, you're yelling at me for something I didn't even do. Everyone in the school, they literally start a text chain where they accuse Charlie of being the narc. Message from She-Ra. Everyone gets a message on their She-Ra phones, their pair phones, their pair pods, to come to a school-wide meeting in which Renee, our unimportant fourth member of the Jackie O's, fifth member of the Jackie O's, gets called to the stage and sent home. She broke a rule, unimportant, but she's leaving. This is how we are introduced to how these girls are going to be sent home. They just get sent home, seemingly without any reason, and if you kind of just piss off She-Ra, she will send you home. In that moment, realizing what all this could mean and that all this could be over, Charlie chooses friendship. And Allie focuses on cyberbullying Charlie with the other 97 girls. Sky injures herself dancing. Sky, who's almost always in her own plot circle separated from the rest of the plot, injures herself dancing. Side quest. Sky has one of her mom's dancing shoes, one of her mom's slippers, and it's got like hopes and dreams embroidered on it. And so Sky will write down her hopes and dreams, and they tend to be malicious and nasty. And then puts them in her little paper wishes in the shoe, and just like holds tight and thinks about it. So Sky literally gets zip-zopped on painkillers because she twists her ankle and passes out. The Hads, the hopes and dreams, fall out, and Allie A and Triple find her hopes and dreams and believe that Sky is the spy, because everyone can be the spy. Charlie steals a key to the underground tunnel system under the island so that the other girls can meet up with the boys and they'll like her better. So Sky and Allie go into the tunnels. We have some girl power. Sky brings her little underlings. Sky has made friends with some girls that she calls her bunheads, and she brings them with her because she's stupid. They go to meet the boys. She-Ra steals Allie A. They're down there meeting the boys. Allie's really getting into Darwin. When she gets called up, she leaves. Charlie's like, this is bad. We should probably all scatter. It's really unclear, like, how they get away, and honestly, I never know where anyone is at any given time. This feels like a fever dream. As I'm doing this in about 3 handwritten pages, I promise you 161 pages did not give me much more information. So She-Ra steals Allie A, and she knows that the girls are in the tunnel, but she doesn't really do anything about it. She-Ra says to the rest of the girls to meet them at the pavilion. Allie, at some point, kissed Darwin. The real Allie J has appeared. Me of 3 years ago said this. This is the longest setup I've ever read, because this is the end of book 1. Has anything been resolved? No, everyone still hates each other and it's really uncomfortable. Book 2. Movers and Shakers. Alpha Academy, where exceptional is seriously ordinary. Eccentric billionaire Sky Hamilton arrived at Alpha Academy ready to dance circles around the competition, but she's having a hard time feeling the beat. Her newest Hads, hopes and dreams. Less stress, more fun. Now Sky's torn between what kind of alpha she wants to be and which uber hot Brazil boy she wants to be with. Charlie Deary can invent practically anything except girlfriends. But now Allie A is warming up to her, and Charlie wants to keep it that way, even if that means helping Allie A land Darwin. But will hooking up with her ex-crush end up crushing her? Allie A. Abbott. is seriously relieved she hasn't been sent home yet, especially now that everyone knows she's more faux than Saint-Tropez spray tan. Can she prove she's a true alpha, after all? Or will she go from beautiful to betiful? Every good person is a girl. We jump in time because the series loves to tell, not show. Charlie has won a trip around the island in a... Mind you, literally we just got, like, all the girls were sent up to, like, the pavilion, and then we know that Allie J is here, but, like, nothing's changed. Why did that need to have a 2-week time skip? But whatever, we get a 2-week time skip. Charlie has won a trip around the island in a personal helicopter, a PAP. She brings Allie along. Allie is her bestie that's now dating her ex, and that's weird. Shira is putting cameras everywhere on campus, and this is where I have to be like, what is going on here? What? Sky swears off boys. This is for all of 5 minutes. Her dance teacher is still negging her, even though she is returned to dancing, I believe, at this point. She's still, like, the woman's like, you're off, you're a minute behind, you're a breath behind, da-da-da-da-da. Like, because she's the second best in class, she gets treated like she's the absolute worst. So, Sky decides to pick boys instead of focusing on dance. Like, girl, you're gonna get sent home, but I think she doesn't care as long as she gets to kiss a boy. And you know what? I think that's the healthiest way to be. Darwin is dumb as bricks and can't understand why Charlie picks school over him. She wasn't picking school over him. She was gonna tell you later, probably during this whole time. But instead, you decide to be so mad that you're just gonna break up with your girlfriend and best friend forever. Allie and Charlie is the only ship I care about. You know what? That is a funnier bit. That is funnier. Megan, you're so funny. Make them kiss. Charlie works on making it so that the girls can see the boys with the cameras going, so she just takes them down using her I'm so smart skill. So with the cameras down, the alphas are running around doing illegal shit. The Brazil boys are driving a fucking yacht around an artificial lake with the emo brother Sydney in the galley. Sky finds him and decides she likes him. I take that back. Mel isn't the important one. Sydney is the important one. Mel is just another paper cutout that says boy. Sky decides that he's like arts and that she likes him. So after a while, everyone goes back to the dorms. Sky goes with him. We have another meeting with Shira. 11 girls go home. However, Allie J arrives. Now, this is some psychotic torture shit. So they're in this assembly. Everyone's here. Like, imagine you're at school with, like, 97 girls and, like, 5 dudes. Like, that's such an odd vibe. But they're at school. They're doing a thing with people. She's got to do. They're like, oh my god. She's like, oh my god. Allie J. Bestie. Oh my god, bestie. Why don't you sing us a song? And Allie A is like, yeah, I guess I should do that. And she's like having a minor panic attack while walking up the stairs. She sings like 2 bars poorly, and then the actual Allie J arrives. Allie A is so embarrassed she has a breakdown. Darwin immediately breaks up with her, and the Jackie O's walk back to their dorm sans Allie like they just experienced Nom. Darwin feels betrayed. I hate him. Charlie has to fix the cameras, but she can't. She, like, physically can't figure out how to fix it. She ends up calling in a friend, her Taiwanese, not Taiwan, Thailand. Her Thai friend that has a name, but he goes by Jess. Because, Lord forgive, we force American teens to learn other people's common names. But whatever. We meet Jess. Allie A is sleeping on the porch to avoid the other girls. Darwin starts texting Allie J, who goes by AJ. Allie A is now in Charlie's position, feeling ostracized and that everyone hates her, but everyone does hate her. And like she doesn't belong there. And you might be thinking maybe this will make her a better person. It doesn't. Allie A's one personality trait is bitch. I have to put this in here. Okay, so like first book, we meet Allie and she's like sad that her ex-boyfriend is dating her best friend. And she's dating this boy, Jordan, Tristan, something metrosexual 2010. Allie had an ex-boyfriend back home that left her for her less pretty best friend because she had no purpose. Well, there is this whole thing where like Allie believes her purpose is hot. Allie, sneak preview to my thoughts about where I think everyone's gonna be. Allie's gonna be a very successful influencer. Like, don't even sweat it, babes. But they would go to the mall and get like photos taken. She's like a print model, like a local ad print model. And people, they used to love it that people used to think they were siblings. Now, what in the Aryan Jews will not replace us bullshit is this, where you're so deep into being like, we're just so attractive that I have to date someone who looks like me? And also, people think we're siblings, and that's cool. Jail. Prison. I also have a love triangle square. I feel like I don't really want to focus on this. Also, my desk is gross, so we are all gonna be nice. The fact that I'm setting my shit on top. Okay, so Charlie wants to get the cameras back online so that AJ can't go on a date with Darwin. AJ is a fucking mood killer and she's manipulative. I'm not saying we should be letting 14-year-olds smoke cigarettes. However, I am saying that having someone who's like, they're at the most stressful school in the country and she's narking to the principal that people are smoking a cigarette, not because cigarette's bad, but because cigarette's bad for the environment. And like, I know that like, yes, I'm not winning this, I'm not coming out of this looking good, but it's kind of like if you see someone shoplifting, you don't tell the store manager because the world around us is hard. Don't do the work of the state. Sky gets a whiff of AJ's bullshit and decides, absolutely not, you're not going to ruin my party. So when she has this party on train, there's like a train that, there's like a metro that's supposed to go around the island and take the girls to the different spots. Well, they have the train just going in a circle and she locks AJ in the back of the train. Oh my god, AJ is laying up to 1,000. Allie and Charlie spill tragic backstories and Charlie releases Darwin so that, and they bleach Allie's hair back to being blonde so that Charlie is like, I no longer want him because she's been flirting with the Thai tech whiz Jess. I ship that. I support that. However, after this book, we will never hear about Jess again. So, at Sky's train party, Sky kisses Taz. She kicks AJ to the back of the train. Charlie is trying to do camera work. Well, she was like, we gotta get the cameras up now. And so Charlie's like, gotta get them up now. And that means she doesn't have enough time to warn both girls. So she texts Sky and is like, end the party. Well, the cameras come up while Allie is with Darwin, and thus Allie believes that Charlie has set her up again. Because for some reason, like there's no real reason why Allie isn't trustworthy. I mean, did her best friend steal her man? Yes, but her man was garbage. Sky, you know, hold up, do I have a bottle? Did I just do this baby arm? She's just like, broken bottle, scatter! And everyone scatters. Darwin doesn't want Allie because she lied and is mad at Charlie because she didn't stand up to Shira, which, God, this boy is stupid. 6 girls get sent home, but then Shira texts her and is like, come up here. And so when Sky goes to meet with Shira, Shira's like, I like you. Date my son. Or go home. So she's like, shit, I gotta date this boy, I guess. So she's dating Sydney after she kissed Taz. Darwin broke it off with AJ because Charlie told him that she's a snake. Allie fights with being besties with Charlie because she, for some reason, is constantly believing that everyone's out to get her despite her being a pretty blonde girl. Darwin wants to fight for Charlie. 22 girls total have been sent home at this point. Okay, I bought this book at the Chambly Book Mind, which I love to go to. And when I bought it, I brought it home and I put it on my shelf. I didn't really look into it. There's a bookmark in here from the Broadmere at Colorado Springs. Out where the west begins. Out where our hands clasp a little stronger. Up where the smile dwells a little longer. That's where the west begins. Out where the sun is a little brighter, where the snowfalls are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of hope are a wee bit tighter, that's where the west begins. Arthur Chapman. Huh. Bookmark. I love getting a bookmark from a used book. Alright. Whew. Sky Hamilton. Okay. Belle of the Brawl. For Sky, breaking boys' hearts is easier than 1, 2, plie. But if she hurts emo freak Sydney, Shira will send her packing. Sky's only choice? Make him dump her first. But how can she convince Robo-Romeo she's not his Juliet? Charlie Deary. Charlie's brilliant brain designed almost everything on Alpha Island, but her broken heart could never get over Darwin Brazil. Now she has a chance to get him back. But to say hello to true love, she may have to say bye-bye to her friendship with Allie A. Allie A. Abbott. After being exposed as an Allie J impersonator, Allie A is worthless as a 5-time markdown on a clearance shoe rack. But the real stain on her suede booties? She still hasn't found her talent. And with girls leaving faster than you can say beta, will she be the next to go? Okay, so book 2 just kind of ends. Like, you're in the middle of like the chase sequence and everything, and then we're just like, end of the book. At this point in 2021, I realized that this series should have just been 2 books. Everyone is united against AJ. Even Triple. I know, we forgot Triple existed. As far as what you need to know what Triple's doing at any given time, fucking slaying it. She's here to slay, not to play, and that's why she's the best. But she doesn't have a lot of friends. So, AJ, Charlie wants friendship, and Darwin wants his girlfriend back, and Allie wants Darwin. And Shira contacts the school and tells them that they're now in competition for a yacht trip off campus. Because like the personal airplane ride that Charlie just kind of fell into, I think it's like that. So AJ is writing a diss track about Allie A, which as much as I want to be like, oh, that's so rude, you bitch. If someone was impersonating me for a month and a half, I too would be like, what's up with that? What's up with that? So Sky wants to get rid of Darwin. Sky wants to get rid of Sydney. Shira wants the girls to flirt with all the boys now. Except for Charlie. Charlie's not allowed to flirt with Darwin. There are 88 girls left. So after the meeting, Allie decides she wants a fresh start with Darwin. And she comes to him and she's like, I want you, we could try again and be our authentic selves. And he's like, ew, I don't want you. You're a liar. And so at the same time, it's Darwin's birthday. And Charlie's getting ready for his birthday, that they normally share like a wish together, and she wishes by herself that he would fall in love that she could, you know, lose him until he wanted someone else. Well, she gets cut off before she can say before he wants someone else. So, like, the implication is that she's wished for him to go be with someone else. She wants him to find someone else until Allie can move on. The rest of Charlie's big plot is she's trying to get Allie to date one of the other brothers because, again, there's only 5 boys on this island. Charlie has good friendship morals and won't date him yet because Charlie wants Allie to be okay. She doesn't want anyone to feel the way she did. She decides to put Allie with Mel. Mel actually kind of might like her, but Allie sees this as an opportunity to test her acting skills, knowing that Shira wants companionship for Sydney. So my theory is that knowing that Shira wants companionship for Sydney, it would make more sense from an authorial point of view to put Sydney and Allie together to get Sydney off of Sky. Like, I like that. And that way you don't have to have so many Brazil boys. Just randomly having these 5 boys at your school is so weird to me. And like Sydney and Allie are both like weirdo, artsy, kind of like feely people. So it makes more sense than setting her up with Melbourne just because he's hot. But whatever. Sky's side quest is making herself gross so that Sydney doesn't want her. But it makes him want her more because she has forgotten that emo teenage boys are golden retrievers. She hasn't forgotten, she just doesn't know yet. But, you know. So the love square is Melbourne shipped with Allie. Allie wants Darwin. Darwin wants Charlie. Like, Allie is an actress, so she's using that to pretend to want Melbourne, I guess. Charlie convinces her to test her acting out on Mel on a ski date. Sky farts, and Darwin is impatient with her. Darwin drops after this date because she refuses to kiss him. Drops her off in the middle of the woods. That's fucked up. Like, fantasy world aside, if you're like dating someone and they're driving with you and they leave you somewhere, they abandon you somewhere because you won't put out, is like deeply fucked up. So, I don't like that. I did not like that at the time. I don't like that now. Darwin is stupid and I hate him. Sky's second side quest is that the dance teacher is like, you need to get better and Triple's gonna help you. So she effectively puts them in the get along shirt. And so Sky, for the rest of this book, her whole plot is, I'm gonna be dancing, learning this routine with Triple until I know it in my sleep backwards and forwards. I'm breathing it. I'm not a breath behind. I am the breath. That's what she is doing. Allie v. Darwin v. Charlie v. AJ is like, yeah, like, and AJ is around here being annoying, but they're trying their best to ignore her because she literally just like Lane, just shows up schemily and then leaves after saying something annoying and pretentious. Because, like, Allie A did do identity fraud, but AJ is a snake bitch. Allie tries to fake an injury so that Darwin will want to help her. It's whatever. Charlie then invents the Heartbreak Healer. It's a helmet that's supposed to make you giggle and smile so much that you forget that your heart's broken. Sky's plot is the main plot again. Sky, like all the time, is on the Muse cruise, the cruise that they were supposed to be on. Well, they weren't technically supposed to be doing that. Well, they snuck onto the boat, and Triple and her nail the routine, and they're like, cool. Well, they're dancing. Well, then they see their teacher who told them not to be there. So Sky's like, oh shit. And Sky's like, come on, let's jump into the water and swim to shore. Triple's like, no, I can figure it out. I can do it myself. Well, Sky gets back to her room. Triple gets caught. So, also while this is happening, Allie comes home to find AJ maligned with period pain. So Allie actually drugs her with Benadryl, which is wild, and gets into AJ drag and pretends to be her, and then insinuates that she is lip syncing, and is also, bad and stinky. Darwin and Charlie are there. Allie releases Darwin and that she likes Mel. Darwin and Charlie are devoted to one another once again. So Sky swims away, Triple gets caught, and she narcs. Triple was supposed, like, her whole plot, as far as what the dance teacher was intending, was for her to make a friend, that she can't be an alpha to no one. She's like a sigma. She's by herself. So Triple fails, so she and 48 other girls get sent home. Sky, she does her thing. She tried to be a good friend, and she also learned her routine, so she gets to live. All of a sudden, without real explanation, all the adults are off the island except for the teachers. Now, there are the teachers who are in the classroom. There are teachers who are teaching the subjects, and then there are, like, the guardians who are, like, watching the kids, like, hour to hour. They're, like, in the room. Those are the muses. So the muses and She-Ra are gone. And She-Ra just leaves them with a note that the girls are supposed to, you know, Lord of the Flies, figure themselves out a leader. Who's gonna be the top alpha. Now, mind you, it's like October. So, what? Top of the feud chain. Alpha Academy, where betas get booted. Sky Hamilton is stepping up her game as she shreds Alpha Academy girls faster than skin from a well-pumped foot. There's just one thing standing in her way. Island bad boy Taz Brazil. Can Sky keep her dancers poised, or will Taz throw her off the music once and for all? Allie A. Abbott finally knows who she really is, and nothing is going to bring her down. Not even AJ, who just can't let go of the past. But she can bring it on. Allie's come too far to be sent home without a fight. Charlie Deary. After bouncing like a dashboard hula doll between Allie and Darwin, Charlie finally has a BFF and a Brazil boy by her side. But as the competition on Alpha Island reaches its boiling point, will her drive to win make her lose what matters most? Now let me tell you, none of that mattered. Not a damn sentence of it. We're almost done, and I cannot tell you what kind of... I'm about to tell you what kind of left turn we're about to participate in. It made me so mad the first time I read this. Like, and I read that in like 2 or 3 days because I wanted to start working on the Click series. And so I just did not want to be in this part of the universe anymore. Another 2 weeks have happened. The plot has changed. The girls are competing to be top alpha of the semester. And Charlie starts to believe that there are cameras on the island. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. The girls have to compete in these wagers and deals and bets to show how alpha they all are. They're like stealing from the like on-campus shops. Like there's so many things that we didn't get to go into because there's only 4 books and we spent so much... I don't know. It's just we needed more book. The girls are competing in these house wagers, bets, and deals. We meet the girls of the the Queen Elizabeth. The Jackie O's are now in a pap race, the personal plane race with the Queen Elizabeths. The Jackie O's decide to cheat by having the Brazil boys fly the plane. They literally get 9/11 to the scent of French fries. You think I'm moving fast? That's how fast the plot's moving. They crash into the Mojave Desert, and then they argue about whose fault it was. And they realize they have no cell signal because they are technically outside of campus. I wrote Charlie twice. Our captive crew is Sky, Charlie, and Allie, and Taz, Mel, and Darwin. Charlie's dad died in a plane crash, so it is very fucked up that they were like, oh my god, she's going down, and just like lived. The girls attempt to stay warm and not starve. AJ snuck onto the pap and replaced the oil with French fry oil because it was more ecologically friendly. Allie fantasizes about the media coverage their death will get and how she'll be shipped with Mel in heaven. Charlie thinks about what her death and how Shira's going to react to Shira's death at the hands of Charlie is going to have an effect on the world. Sky and Taz recoup as he was peeved that she was literally dating her brother like 3 hours ago. But literally the part of the reason she broke up with Sydney is because Sydney she's like, no, I don't want you, I want your other brother. And he was like, he's gonna get bored of you in a second. Like, he does not want you long term. I want you long term. And I'm like, you're both under 18, so who cares? But whatever. She's like, no, I didn't even want to date him. Your mom made me. They kiss, and she's like, oh my god, Taz. So Shira then sends in a blimp to pick up her sons. The girls argue. They end up, Allie's mad at Mel because he didn't try hard enough to save her. The girls are all arguing with each other because Charlie feels like she has to keep track of these idiots, which she kind of does, and feels like she's always trying to fix their problems, which she is. Except for Sky. Sky's on her own side quest. And then when Allie and Charlie get into arguments, Charlie feels like Sky always takes Allie's side. It's so nothing. There's nothing. They are doing a lot of telling, not a lot of showing from the last 3 books. Because if I told you that I don't think Charlie and Sky ever have a conversation that Allie's not in, the girls go their separate ways, but they are all drawn back to this Wilderness Girls camp by the smell of food. They get captured, and the Wilderness Girls are like, we'll help you if you make us girly, if you yassify us, because one of the Wilderness Girls wants to go on a date with her crush. And so that's her whole thing. They get a message from Shira that's like, you have to get back to Alpha Island by sundown, and you have to do it first to be top of the Delta. First one wins something. AJ is still running around, and she's decided she wants to go on her own. Jackie O's used the power of friendship and yassifying the Wilderness Girls to get out of there, and they get there and they win. So the girls get back to Alpha Island, they cross the finish line together, and they win Alpha for life. The Alphas is the friends we made along the way. Now here's the fucked up thing. Look at all those pins on the wall. The pins are Shira wants to make more money, Shira's a media giant, there are cameras everywhere, Charlie thinks there are more cameras everywhere. It was a reality TV show. Shira isolated these girls from their families so that they were going to get a quality education. Have them sign all this paperwork. Taking these girls away from their families. Putting them in this pressure cooker of being the best of the best and being scouted and doing all these things. You know, you're getting to do the thing that you're good at. But it's in a pressure cooker. All these other girls who are good at it, and they all think they're the best, and they're all Massey Block. The girls all get up on stage, and AJ runs in and is like, I'm also here, I'm a Jackie O. Charlie literally is like, I literally will not get up on stage with her if you allow her in there. True TV diva. Security pulls AJ off in the most unsatisfying cartoon-ass logic. So Shira created a reality TV show where these girls fight for the top spot. The finale, was the pap fight, where they would then come to the auditorium filled with friends and family and other alphas for congratulations. Now let's run through a list of things that has happened on television now. Sky has kissed so many boys. Allie drugged a girl. There's so much. There's like, for 14-year-olds, it's like they wanted to do a reality TV show book. And like, I know that that's Lacey Harrelson's, her start is she was working at MTV. And it's not a bad idea. It just needed to not be this. It needed to be fleshed out. There's so many ideas. I think the Wilderness Girl side quest probably was going to be its own book. I think the whole reveal I think the whole fight between the boys, which boy Sky was gonna pick. I think the whole thing with Triple really could have leaned in so that it was like Triple is this close to making Sky her friend, but she still doesn't do it. Like, don't get me started on the fact that they had that Thai boy as a romantic interest, and then he just disappears. We just never hear from him again. It's such a missed opportunity with the characterization that Lacey is capable of. And maybe she just didn't want to do it again. Maybe that Monster High check was looking mad fat, and she said, I have to get out of this other obligation first. Maybe the books just didn't sell well, and so she only had 4 books to do her thing, and she just... But whatever. In our last section, Sky breaks up with Taz and then leans in on her new friends, the other, not only our main girls, but the bunheads. Allie breaks up with Mel and then dogs out Fletcher for being the worst, because now he wants her because he knows she's an actress. I love yous are shared between Charlie and Darwin. Her mom isn't allowed on the island because when she fired her, she said, you cannot, I don't even want to see you anymore. I don't even want it. Like, part of the condition for Charlie getting to go to the Alpha Academy is that Charlie's mom had to quit her job. And when you quit your job working for She-Ra, there's like a 6-month period where you can't do other stuff so that you're not getting state secrets out. Like, it's intense. And it just, like, Charlie really threw her whole life into a tailspin for this boy, just for this boy to be like, but you didn't stand up to my mom. Oh. Makes me sick. So Charlie's feeling a little lonesome because it's like, again, we don't even know anything about She-Ra. She's simply just a mean woman who's got sons. She's just the hashtag boy mom. Like, the worst. Charlie is approached by Homeland Security to work for the White House. Epilogue. Allie is a working actress on a CW show. Sky is Swan Lake at her prestigious British ballet school. And Charlotte is very hush-hush. She-Ra's there and is like, sign your contracts. Boop, boop, boop. So, yeah. Normally, I like to write out my thoughts. We're just gonna... fuck it, we're gonna do it live. Where do I see our main characters in the rest of the Click universe? Alright, so I think that Allie is a teen actress alongside Claire, but she is much less successful. Think Christy Carlson Romano. She is doing podcasts and influencers, and I think she's very successful at that. I think she's probably got a good face for talking and television, but she is going to have an Ellen-like downfall, known as being the peppy, friendly one, and then it turns out she's a bitch to everyone behind the scenes. Charlie bombs people. Like, she's like the face. She's like Elizabeth Holmes' girl bossification of STEM. But she, like, actively is doing war crimes for She. You know, lean in, girl. Do that war crime. Don't let the guys have all the fun. Get into it. Do a war crime. And Sky, I think is, again, I think Sky, in the grand canon of my Click universe, I think Sky links back up with Massey. And they see each other for what they are. And Sky will still know that she's better than Massey Block. Yeah, Triple, Beyonce. Triple is Tinashe. Triple is Chloe Bailey. Triple is that bitch. Pink-haired actress, Soaps. She returns to her soap. She's having a great time in her soaps. Darwin, Burnout. Scott. She's the husband from the Kardashians. Scott. Oh my god, he's bad. Yeah, I just really wanted to recover these and talk about them. I have a good time with you guys. Chit chat. Really close the door on this as we're in the end of the year, and the 2 years of the Click kind of comes to an end as we enter Zoe Dean's The A-List. Finishing up Zoe Dean's talent series. We're chugging along in our teen book series. You can check out the rest of my Year of the Click videos in a playlist. You can also, if you're done with the Click, you can also check out Secrets of My Hollywood Life, and also my Talent by Zoe Dean and my Zoe Dean primer to get you prepped for our A-List series. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna... Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Megan_Blush_. At Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. I'm still on YouTube. Doing things. Alright.